Welcome to the Ann Lynn Show. On today's show, we welcome back Elaine Jackson. But first, here are Ann and Lynn. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Ann Lynn Show.
Yay!
Hello. Can everybody hear okay? I hear a little interference. I don't know what that is.
Well, I have my fan on again.
Oh, that's what I heard. I heard something.
Well, I need my fan on.
Well, good morning, everybody. Who have we got here today, Lynn?
Well, I know that we have the Major is in the house.
Major. Boop, boop,
Travelers
boop.
Guild is here.
Oh,
Barefoot
welcome.
Lass. And there's some others, but I'm not sure yet. They're watching, but they're not here yet.
That's okay.
They're here.
Yeah, jump in the chat and join in the fun. Today's going to be a great show. Today we have Elaine Jackson's back, and she's going to show us wigs. We love wigs, don't we,
Right,
Lynn?
and we love Elaine. She's the sweetheart of the Ann Lynn Show.
She is. Hey, we'll just start calling her that. She's the sweetheart of our show. She's our sweetheart guest. She is lovely lady.
That's right. And if you see her heart, you see how absolutely what a blessing she is.
She is. And so, we have anything else we want to talk about real quick before we bring her in?
Well, not that I can think of.
Okay, Lynn, you need to turn yourself up. I can barely hear you.
Oh boy. Well, let me see what I can do about this. How about that? I don't know.
Oh, no, we lost Elaine. I don't know where Elaine went. Hello, Elaine. Come back.
And I don't know about my. Can you hear me now?
You need to be louder.
It's 100% on my one.
Okay.
Let me see if I can. Okay.
I bet Lynn got a phone call. We've been talking to her.
Right,
she'll be back. Yes, but good morning. It says a little bit crackly. That's what I thought. I hear a little crackle.
You want me to turn my fan off and see if that's it?
Try it. Sorry. Hello. I don't think it's me. Mine sounds okay, doesn't it? Yeah, Major said it was a little crackly, but I think I'm okay. Come on, Leanne. All right.
All right. That's it, guys.
I think it must have been because I don't hear the crackle anymore.
Well, my goodness, guys, I'm going to be hot now.
Sorry. Hey, I've been there before. I can't run my air conditioner up here.
Okay.
Okay. Elaine is back.
Huh? Helen. I was looking to see if Helen's not here yet. Okay. Yes, she is.
Yeah,
where did I miss her at? Yo, Helen. Hello.
Hello. Yes. Okay. And now we're going to bring in the sweetheart of the Ann Lynn Show, Miss Elaine Jackson. There she is.
Hey, everybody.
Good morning.
Hey.
Good morning.
I don't know what happened there for a second. I just lost a signal and just went kaput on me.
You just went out. It's okay. Let's do it. We didn't even do our coffee clink this morning. Lynn. I know you got your coffee. Yep. You've got water. That's what I've got it over here.
Okay.
There we go. Clink. And good morning.
Clink.
Oh, wait. I'm clanking the wrong way. I'm backwards on this camera.
I know. Mine is too. Good
It's
morning.
a good thing we're backwards because looky there, you can see my lipstick on the backside there.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, what have you brought us today, Elaine?
Well, I thought we might talk about wigs today. I know a lot of ladies are curious about that, especially after the pandemic. The popularity of those things have really just gone through the roof. And it's just my opinion that every woman needs a wig. Just they need at least one for those days they just don't feel like doing their hair.
I know why.
Well,
And
I was
just,
going to say,
and
why do you
just
think
ask
that
why?
is?
Well, because look at I'm trying to grow my hair out, right?
Mhm.
I didn't grow it out. I should have grown it out during COVID.
That's when I did
didn't do it.
mine.
I'm supposed to
Mhm.
anyway, that's so now see I need a wig till it starts getting out of this funky stage.
Well, and for a long time, we couldn't go to the hairdresser. We couldn't, but you still had to look good for your Zoom calls.
Yes.
So the need for wigs just really went up in 2020, and it's still really on trend for 2021. People are just wearing them.
Wow.
And I think that that celebrities have finally come out and said, hey, I'm wearing a wig. So something that we kind of knew all along, the wig wearing world kind of knew that, but I think it's the stigma of it has kind of faded over the last couple of years, and especially during, I think the pandemic really helped that. That's one positive that came out of the pandemic.
Yeah,
Let me just say that.
Yeah, I know it helped me grow mine out.
Right.
Yeah.
And one thing too, Elaine, you've encouraged me. You said, so what if they can tell it's a wig? Just wear it and go out and enjoy
That's
it.
right. That's right. If it makes you happy, if what's sitting on your head makes you happy, wear it and be proud and rock it, sister. That's my philosophy. Sometimes in some of the wig groups that I'm in, people will, they'll buy a new wig, they'll post a picture and they'll say, well, how do you think this looks? Which I never ask that question to anybody because I really don't care what anybody else thinks about it. But sometimes I'm just not prepared for their answer. I don't. If they say I hate it, I'm like, well, that's too bad. But a lot of ladies, they'll be self-conscious about that, and they'll be like, what do you think about this wig? And I see so many times that people will just, basically torpedo their self-esteem in that wig. And look, it's traumatic enough to lose your hair. You don't need people telling you that wig looks like you've got a dead skunk on your head. You don't need people telling you things like that, or making comments. Well, that wig is obviously a $17, $18 Amazon wig. You need to, step up your wig game. And look, I'm all for stepping up your wig game if that's what you want to do. But some folks cannot afford a $300 or $400 wig. So you have to make do with, the best you can do. And just we're here to support one another. We humans need to learn that lesson. We are here to support one another and love one another and disciple others. And that's what we're here for. We need to empower one another as women and not tear one another down.
That's right. Amen. Amen, sister.
Amen.
I can get on a soapbox about that, ladies. I'm just telling you.
No, that's right. That's right. It's easy to knock someone down. I mean, it's easy to see that happening. It's wrong, but people do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some people are so miserable in their own lives that they want everybody else to be miserable right along with them. And, that's just, I would hate to think I lived that small of a life. I really would.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. So what do you have for us today?
Well, let's talk about wigs since that's what the topic is going to be today. Now, let's just start off with this wig I have on. And, I'm going to be taking this wig off and on several times today, ladies, because I've got all my little wig ladies lined up right over here, and they're all ready to go. They're on little heads and forms, and they're waiting. When are you going to bring me on camera, Elaine? So the wig I have on, Sorry?
They're saying she keeps us in the wings. She keeps us in the
They're waiting in the wings over here. They're backstage. Your turn will come. You will have your moment of spotlight.
Right. That's right. In fact, who do you have on today?
What I've got on today is I have on a wig by Noriko, and it is in creamy toffee rooted. Rooting on a wig simply means nothing more than I'm going to get in here so that people can see.
Right.
This is dark in here. So this is darker to make it look a little bit more natural. Some people don't like that. They want the same color all the way through. They don't like the rooting, but I do prefer a rooted wig. So if you see a wig color that has just has the letter R after it, that's what that means. It's rooting. And the little numbers that correspond to the color actually mean something too, but I'm not real good at that. So I always have to look it up, say, okay, because I can't even remember what sequence they're in, but it indicates the light or the dark tone of the wig. Now, this particular wig is synthetic. So what that means is this is made of basically a plastic fiber with a silicone coating. And the silicone does wear off over time, and you have to, may have to treat your wig with a little silicone bath. It's not any big deal. It happens, but that is another thing that you may have to decide when you're wearing a wig. Do you want human hair? Do you want synthetic? I prefer synthetic because you can take them right out of the box, shake them out, put them on your head and go. Human hair is just what it says. I mean, you're going to have struggles with your wig just like you do with your own hair because it's going to frizz in the humidity. It's going to flop. It's going to take styling after you wash it. You're going to have to do stuff to it. I have a couple of human hair wigs, but honestly, they're not my favorites because I figure if I'm going to take that much time to fool with a wig, I'm going to fool with my own hair.
Oh, that's good to know.
That's kind of my philosophy on that. But there are pros and cons.
Elaine, Robin Newman is here and says, I love Elaine and have started buying more wigs because of her channel.
Oh, thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Glad that she's joined us this morning.
Yes. Thank you for being here, Robin.
So I guess in my mind, I've been, toying about purchasing a wig. And like you said, I'm one of those right now that can't start out with a $200 or $300 or $400 wig. The ones that I really, I see them and it's like, wow. And then, you go, oh, wow. Okay. Right now, I'm not sure about that. But you said, and I've been thinking about human hair. I thought, well, that would be, but you're right. So they have just as many issues or could have as my own hair.
You're going to have to style it. So but now once you style it, you can set it on a wig head, on a wig or a wig form. And you don't want to put it back at a human hair. You don't want to put that back in the box after you've styled it. You want to set it on a wig form. But you're going to have to mess with that wig. You're going to have to curl it. You're going to have to fluff it. You're going to have to spray it and stuff. And you do to some degree to synthetics as well. But with human hair, you're going to have to treat that like you do your hair. Okay. And synthetics, not quite as much. I always recommend people start off with a synthetic wig.
Yes.
And see how you like it. And then progress to human hair if that's what you want to do.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you have for us then?
Okay. This wig, let me tell you a little bit more about this wig. I'm going to just take her off. So y'all going to see my bare head. Everybody here is going to, but that's nothing new. Everybody in the YouTube community has seen me looking right like this.
Yeah, we've seen you on your channel.
Okay, now I had a clip in the back of her. I just had her clipped back.
How
because
cute.
Noriko wigs are a lot of hair. They're a hairier wig. So sometimes when you have too much hair close to your face, it can be a little bit overwhelming because my head's pretty small,
Right.
But this is one thing you're going to want to take into consideration. Let's look at the inside, and you can see one thing that is a make it or break it deal for me with the wig, and this is really important, is the wig has to have bendable ear tabs. So you can bring those tabs in close to your head or bend it around your glasses or flatten it down to your head and wear your glasses over it if you would rather do it that way. Now that's real important to me. Some people don't care, but that with me wearing glasses, especially after the pandemic and the mask wearing and all that stuff, that is an important feature on a wig to me.
Huh.
This cap is just a basic cap, and you can see it's just an open wefted design. And this has adjustable straps. These particular straps on a Noriko wig, you just pull them and it tightens it down. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. You just pull that like that.
Yeah.
And that tightens the wig. So that's kind of just wig wearing 101. And the top is just nothing special. It's just, this is a basic wig cap. This wig will retail anywhere from I guess about $160 to maybe $230, somewhere depending on where you get your wig. That's kind of pretty much where it lands. And this is just kind of a little bob. Just a little
That's a really cute one.
Noriko. And I've heard
Noriko.
Noriko. Okay.
Uh-huh. It's a good, well-known brand amongst people who wear wigs. I have actually reviewed for the company that sent me this wig, Wig Cupid. I've reviewed, 7 or 8 wigs for them, and I think they've all been. No, I had a Renee Paris too, but most of them have been Noriko wigs. The fibers on this particular wig feel good. That's going to be important on your synthetic wigs. It's how do the fibers feel? Does it feel like human hair? Because some synthetics do not, and this one does. So generally the cheaper the wig, the less it's going to feel like human hair. But I've got a ton of Amazon wigs that were $17, $18 that I love just as much as I love this Noriko wig. So that's wigs. That's that kind of wig. Now, something else that I like to show people, especially during the summer and especially living here in the South, are wigs like little cousin It here. This is a halo wig. That's what this is called.
Halo.
And and this is all this is a circle of hair. That's all it is.
Huh. Okay.
And this particular one has little felting right here, so it's going to be soft on your head. And you just take it. Y'all going to bear with me because I'm going to get ready to look like a blonde tarantula here for a second. So you just kind of take it and place it on your head wherever you want it to go. Put your cap on. So see, you never know what's underneath all those baseball caps that women wear.
Oh, what about in the back? Does it not show in that little, where the
You
adjustment
tuck it
part?
up in underneath the hole, right like this. And ladies, I'm on camera, so I can't tell if I've got it here or not. But it just kind of looks right like that.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's fine. Yeah.
And then you just wear it and go on about your business. Now you can also take these and you can pull them back like in a little low ponytail back here if you want to. The other day I even tucked this wig behind my ears. But in the South, I've got wig hair everywhere, ladies. Excuse me here. Here in the South, it's really hot. So, this is a good option in the summer if you want to have a little hair and you don't want to just wear, especially if you have no hair and you want, a little bit of hair showing. And it's a much, much cooler option than this.
It would be. Yeah, your head would be so much cooler.
Yeah. Because wigs are hot. They are
Yeah.
hot.
Helen says, wow.
See, now the next time you see a lady in a baseball cap like this, you're going to be like, what's underneath that cap? She's got on one of those blonde tarantulas underneath that cap. I know what that is.
Is it really called a tarantula?
No, I just made that up because that's what it looks like. You know how hairy they are. I mean, it's just kind of like they're bald on top and then have these legs sticking out. That's what I always call it, a little blonde tarantula.
What's the brand of that wig?
This little piece is Ellen Villa. And this
Ellen?
is Ellen Villa has a line of power. They're called power pieces, and you can get all kinds of stuff. You can get them with elastic on top. You can get like little hair scrunchy wigs that you just put with your ponytail, and those are great for the summertime because if you have any hair at all, you can just pull your hair back, and you can actually put that like in the back of your baseball cap or even up in a little ponytail if you want to. And when my hair was longer, I wore those a lot because they were just comfortable, and especially in the summertime,
Yeah.
like when it's hot. Now, wigs are great in the wintertime because you don't have to wear a hat
Yes.
if your head gets
Yes.
cold.
Yes.
So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
yeah. So you want me to move on to another kind, or you all
Yes,
want to talk about something else? Okay.
No,
Just
let's see
interrupt me at
another.
any time because once I get going on wigs, you guys, I'll go forever on these things.
Go for it. Go for
Okay,
it.
let's talk about, now that we've talked about just a regular wig and we've looked at a halo wig, let's take a look at a headband wig.
Okay.
Now, I've got two different kinds here. Now, this one is kind of a wild child right here.
Yeah. I've seen her.
But you can do, I think I may have put her on last time I was on here. But this right here is elastic.
Okay.
And you just put this, y'all, I can't see what I'm doing.
So it's like a headband.
It's like a headband. So you just put this on
Wow.
and pull it back like this. Now, typically, this would be a little bit cooler than a regular wig because your hair doesn't start till back here, and it's held in place by this headband. I typically wear another headband over this, like a head wrap or a scarf or something, because I don't think this is really beautiful like this. But you can even tuck this like behind your ears if you want to, and just kind of sit it right there on top of your head. Now, this is good for any of those quick, hold on, ladies. This is good for those quick situations when you just need something quick to throw on your head and you just want to run out of the house real quick. This is good for that. The halo wig is good for that, or really any synthetic wig is good for that if it's a shake and go, and most of them are. Now, there is another kind of headband wig too, and this is, let me get her in here. Now, see, she's been wanting the spotlight all day. She's been over
that's
here.
pretty. Yeah, I like that.
Now, this one also has combs. This one does, I think this one does too. No, this one may not. Maybe, I don't remember. This one has combs, so you can clamp this down to the front of your hair. And the back of this is open, and it's got Velcro. And I'm not going to put this one on. You just Velcro it around your head, and it's adjustable, so you can tighten it down, whatever. And that's stretchy. So you just put this on, and then put your head wrap on over it if you want to.
Oh,
and
wow!
Then you can take this and you can make an updo out of it, or you can wear it just right like that.
Oh my!
So
you wear your real bangs with that? If you could. If the color was pretty close.
If the color was right, you could.
I
actually
there you go, Lynn.
I actually have a 3/4 wig, which is similar to this, but it doesn't have the headband. Okay. And I'll put a head wrap with it, and I will pull my bangs out because it's the same color as my bangs.
Wow.
So yeah, you can do whatever you want, sister. You can even do it if it's a different color and you feel comfortable with it. Go blonde. Just say, I got a new dye job for my bangs only.
Yeah. Well, you see that in the store, but usually it's purple or green or pink or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And once you start down the journey of synthetics, there's options within the synthetic as well. And, the first wig that I showed you was just a basic wig cap, not a lot of bells and whistles on it. Now this one, let's look at this one. Let's see which one is this. Yeah, let's look at this one. This is a wig. This is an Ellen Villa wig, and it's called Spring High Snow Mix is the color. And this is a cute little.
Pay attention.
This is a cute little
Oh,
little
yes.
gray number.
Uh-huh.
But she's got some little extra bells and whistles, and here's what one of them is. This one has a lace front. Now,
Oh,
your
Oh.
lace front is going to be, this wig has got, let me show you the difference. Let me grab this one. This is what we call a hard front on a wig, because it's just the bangs are sewn all the way, the hair's sewn all the
Okay.
way to
yeah.
here. And when you wear it back or pull your bangs back, you can see that line of demarcation. With
Mhm.
a lace front, you're not going to be
Mhm.
able to see that. So what
Oh.
that's going to do is, let me put this on. This wig also has a what we call a monofilament crown, and I'm going to show you that on another wig here in
Okay.
just a second. So when you put this wig on, and this wig does have the bendable ear tabs, her cap's not much different than the one we just looked at. But once you get this wig on and get everything adjusted, sorry, you
That's
guys, I got
cute.
to see what I'm doing here. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm,
No.
but you can, once you pull that
Oh,
back,
wow.
That is cute.
Uh-huh.
you
And you can't
can't
tell.
see that because of that
Uh-uh.
lace.
No.
And if you want to glue it down, you can, but you don't have to. You can just, I don't have to on this one. Now, you may have to, and it just depends on your head shape and what you're comfortable with. And if I was going to be out in a
Mhm.
high wind, I might put a dot of glue on it. But this
What
wig is
kind of
really, this wig is close enough to my hair that I can pull like some of my biological hair out here in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that is a
And
uh,
it mixes, it mixes in real well. So,
That's cute.
what kind of glue are you talking about? What they have
just
wig
wig
glue?
glue.
They
Yeah,
have wig
I use,
glue.
I use
Okay.
It Stays. You can get it on Amazon, and it's
Okay.
called It Stays, and you just roll it on your head and let it sit for a minute, and then just carefully lower your lace down over the wig.
And
Wow.
how does it so when you want to take your wig off, how do you do that?
I take a washcloth with just, it's water soluble, and then just
Okay.
press it till it comes loose. You don't want to pull it because it'll
Pull
might
your
take some of your hair out with it,
Mhm.
number one, and
Mhm.
number two, it's probably going to ruin the lace if you do that. So
Yeah.
um
Well,
but that's kind of the
okay.
difference between that. So
And they
yeah,
really like that one, Elaine. They're saying
they like
looks like
this one.
Travis
Mhm.
Field said looks like it's real, and Major says it looks good.
Mhm.
Well, I
Yeah,
appreciate that, thank you.
Helen. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It,
that's a cute one. That's
now,
Thank
when
you.
cute.
that
I
came, Elaine, when that came, was the lace, the front lace, was it like a panel that you trimmed?
Well, this one was. Let me
Okay,
bring
but
this one on. She's
not the
she's
one
back
you
here
have.
clamoring for the camera. Hold on
Oh,
just a
yeah.
minute. Let me
Come on, honey. Step right
This
up.
one was. This
Okay,
one had this one had a little lace right just from here to here where the
okay.
part is. And some of your cheaper wigs will be like that, and it was about this long.
Right,
So
right.
you have to clip it. My finger's going the wrong way.
No, but I've seen you
There,
clip it.
right
So,
there.
okay. Now,
Um,
who makes the wig you have on, and where can I get such a nice one that has the? I don't have to clip it. I've seen you clip them.
hmm This wig is another wig by Ellen Villa. That's my favorite
Yeah, yeah,
company. I am
right.
a distributor for them, and
Yes,
they also my head is small,
right.
and a lot of their wigs fit my head really, really well. So that's what I reach for over and over and over again because they fit well. So usually when you now Noriko runs a little on the small side too.
Okay.
So they're not as small as Ellen Villa, and it kind of this is a big thing in the wig wearing world. I could buy this wig and it fit perfectly. I can buy the same wig again and it may or may not fit like this wig.
Oh,
That's just Ellen Villa is pretty consistent most of the time, but I have found that sometimes it's not going to be exactly the same. The color may be a little different, and I think it's got something to do with the manufacturing. But when you try to start doing some research about that, about who actually manufactures, makes your wigs and stuff like that, you can't find a lot of information about that because I was going to do a video about that, and you just,
right.
yeah,
Okay.
you're not going to find out much.
And now I
Elaine,
have. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Lynn.
I have the opposite. I have the opposite. I have a large head, and so when I research, the larger head, there it's limited. It's just limited for me. But
Ellen Villa does have a large. They've got some wigs that are
yeah,
large,
I've looked.
specifically for large heads,
Mhm.
but they don't have. It's not a huge variety. You might
Right.
try taking a look at Gabor if you want to get Ava Gabor wigs. They're a little bit bigger.
Oh yes,
Um,
yes.
and I'm going to tell you, Amazon wigs have a big. They are usually large head friendly.
Good. Good.
So when you get ready to purchase, Lynn, just send me a message and
Okay.
show me what you're looking at. I'll be happy to
Okay.
help you with that.
Well,
Oh,
thank
that'd
you
be
very much.
that
I'll
would be
I'll
No,
send
no
so
it through.
worries.
nice.
I'll
No
send it
worries,
through
sister.
Ann. Okay, because
Okay.
Ann does everything for me. So
Okay.
I'll just send the message through Ann.
Okay.
So we have a question, which brings me right back now to really what you do also on YouTube. Somebody wanted to know if you were married. The major did, and you are a widow,
I
and
am.
you talk about widow recovery. Would you tell us a little bit about that? And you're a counselor,
I'm a life coach.
Life
life
coach,
coach.
Ninja life coach.
Yes, that's kind of my moniker. The Ninja Life Coach. I about It's been 7.5 years ago. My husband passed away, and one thing that God really laid on my heart was I don't want other widows to believe that they have to never recover from the death of their spouse, because that's not true. Are you going to always remember your spouse? You are. You're never going to forget those years that you
Mm-hmm.
treasure that you had with that one you loved. But
Yeah.
you can certainly recover your joy, recover your walk with Christ, and recover those things that the enemy tried to steal away from you through grief. And that was a big motivation for me to go go to school to get my CPLC to become a life coach. And I just wanted to help women know that, there is life after death. Your husband died, but you're still here, sister.
Yes.
And God wants you to find your purpose and do it. He doesn't, the Bible tells us weeping may last for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And
Yes.
that morning is not going to be the next morning after your husband died. It may not be 6 months after your husband died, but that joy is eventually going to come back, and you're going to be able to live a very productive life and move on past the things that have been taken from you. And that's just basically it in a nutshell. I have a little series on my YouTube channel called Surviving Widowhood that I did several years ago, and oddly enough, it's been getting a lot of views lately. And I don't know if there's been a lot of folks that maybe during the pandemic lost their spouse,
Well,
but I've been getting a lot of
I've sent some
yeah.
ladies your way because
Thank
they've
you.
asked me, what did Elaine do? I know she's a widow, and I'm like, yeah, you gotta check out her channel, and
Thank you.
that would apply to gentlemen too.
Yes,
So really, right?
yes, yes,
They
yes,
can
and
apply
I
those same
honestly think
principles.
I honestly believe in some ways from talking to I'm a network. It's called VOW, Voices of Widows and Widowers, and y'all can check that out. They've got a page on Facebook and all that. But I honestly believe in some ways it's more difficult for men to move past that than it is for us ladies. I don't know. I'm not sure why that is, but from kind of talking to both, a lot of men really, really struggle with that. And I know a lot of people say, well, he got married really quickly after his wife died. Well, that usually indicates that they had a really happy marriage and they want to replicate that again.
Right.
So it's not that they're forgetting. It's not that all of us, not that a widow or widower forgets their spouse. And I don't mean that just applies to men. That applies to ladies too.
Absolutely.
Sure.
It just means you want to replicate that joyful experience that you had with your spouse. And it's got nothing to do with whether or not you're forgetting about your spouse. It's got nothing to do with that most of
Right.
the time. I'm sure it
Right.
does, 1% of the time, but normally not, because people who have had an unhappy marriage, they're not real eager to jump back into that sometimes.
Sure. Don't you
But
think too that men, they depend more on women? I mean, men are, I mean, I would think, don't you think men kind of depend on a lady? I mean, if,
I do,
I
and
mean,
I think companionship
that's it.
is really
Hmm.
important to men.
Hmm.
Now, to women, we want relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But men want somebody to watch a football game with them on Friday night or Saturday
Cook
night,
'em,
Saturday
cook 'em
afternoon.
dinner.
That's
They,
what
cook 'em
that's
dinner.
what they want. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that, because I've heard so many guys tell me that after their wife died, or after their divorce even, that they stopped going out to eat, they stopped going to church, they stopped going to where things that they used to, like if they went to the races, or they went, now I've never had a hunter tell me they stopped going hunting. So I don't know what
Right.
that means, but I mean, I guess it's because that's something they usually did without their wives. But
Sure.
anything that they did that brought them some pleasure or enjoyment in their spare time, they stopped doing that.
Mm.
Um, I don't hear that quite so much from women, but I have heard that from a lot of men. And the number of men that stop going to church after their wife dies, that figure, as far as from my experience, has
Mm-hmm.
been really astronomical, because they're like, well, I just hate to go alone. I don't want to do that
Right.
alone. I don't want to do it
Right.
alone. And women
Right.
don't like to do it alone either, but I found that they will, because especially if they have a family that they can connect with, their children or their grandchildren, they will go ahead and do these things. And this is a broad blanket statement, ladies. That's not
Yeah.
something that applies to
Right.
everybody, and it certainly, there are exceptions. I'm just saying that seems to be trending that way, if that makes any sense.
Right.
That was probably
Now,
a big old ramble. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh,
oh no,
no,
that's
no.
wonderful. No, and I want to mention that Elaine has a book on Amazon, and it is called Lord, Lord, Am I Going Crazy? Lord, Am I Going Crazy? And so, when did you write this, and what inspired you to write this book?
Well, this book is actually an older book. I wrote this book before my husband passed away, before he was even sick.
Okay.
And it sat for years just in a little file on my computer. And I didn't do anything with it till after my husband passed away. And it's a 30-day devotional guide for women over 40. And I just started doing it because, guys, I think I'm kind of an oddball. I'm kind of an odd Christian. And I even had a lady tell me one time, she said, I didn't really I really always thought that I was kind of a strange Christian, and just, I didn't really think that I, was like everybody else. And then I met you, Elaine. I'm kind of like, I was like, what's getting ready to come next? Is that going to be a compliment? And she said, and I learned that it was okay to be strange and quirky and odd and be a Christian. It's okay, because God
Right.
loves me. He created me that way. And that it's just kind of a little fun devotional. It's funny. I tried to really inject humor into it. And I've got another one that I've been working on for, I guess, 7 years, about my journey through, after my husband's sickness and when he passed away. And I keep putting it on the back burner, but I'm gonna start that one soon. But the Lord, Am I Growing Crazy is just a funny little devotional guide, just a 30-day devotional guide for women over 40.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Oh, that's
wonderful. So
wonderful.
everybody go check that out on Amazon. Yes, that's
Thank you.
wonderful. And if you haven't already subscribed to Elaine's channel, go over there now and subscribe. It's just Elaine Jackson.
Just Elaine Jackson.
Just Elaine Jackson. And you
Right.
have
And
a
thank you,
pink
Barefoot
icon.
Last. She put
Yes.
Barefoot Last put that link up.
Thank you so much, Barefoot Lass. I appreciate that. Thank you. Because
And
I'm kind of technologically impaired. I don't know how to do a
Yeah.
lot of that stuff.
well, Barefoot Lass is also a widow. And she said just recently she had a yard sale, and finally passed her husband's things on. She said it was very hard,
Yeah.
but that was a great step to recovery, wasn't it?
Yes.
I mean, I
And,
imagine.
those clothes and those things that belong to your husband, they're not hurting anything sitting there in that closet as long as you
Hmm.
need them to be there. As
Yep.
long they're okay where they're at. They're not bothering anything, they're not bothering anybody. And if it brings you some comfort, leave it till you're ready to deal with it.
Right. Now,
Hmm.
our mother immediately um, called in family and dispense and friends. Dad
Hmm.
had a good friend that could wear his clothes, and Mom just real soon went ahead and cleaned out Dad's closet, didn't she?
She did, and but our dad he was a suitaholic.
Well,
Because he
My
was
dad was too.
he was a
oh, he had so
bachelor.
many suits. Dad always wore a suit jacket. If you saw him in town, he normally had a suit jacket on, and Sunday was the full dress, and so he had a lot of suits. And so they went to some really great homes, I think.
Yes.
And he had different things, and so some of the
Well,
grandsons got some of his shirts, didn't they, just as
ties
mementos,
and
and
ties.
ties, different. Yeah, oh, he had tons of ties too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Tons. And so it helped our mom to move on, and then she moved to a new apartment too, so that helped her, I think, a lot,
Yeah.
and she did well, for a lot of
Yeah.
years,
But like you
until.
said though, Elaine, you said it can be 6 months later that that grief can hit you. And I was just counting up. It was almost 6 months. It was 6 months, and Mom was in the car with me, and that grief just, I mean, it hit her so hard it kind of caused a little, not a mini stroke by no means, but it was like a,
Well, it was a schism. That was
yeah, yeah.
kind of this. It
But
is
I
the
mean, it
same
just
thing.
came over her. That grief just hit her like a ton of bricks.
Hmm.
We're just in the car getting ready to go shopping, and I had to take her. Actually, I had to take her to a doctor's office right then, get her in, and she
Hmm.
she was fine. I mean, it was, she came back to herself and everything. She never had another, that we saw
Yeah.
publicly. She never had that grief hit her again like that. Now I know it hit her at home, still does every once in a while, but not grief, just a sadness. She
Yeah.
misses Dad,
Yeah.
It's
but
a
she,
despair. It's
Yes.
almost like it's a physical
yes,
feeling.
you can feel it. Yes,
Yeah.
Hmm.
absolutely.
It's not just a sadness.
No.
I mean, it's like your heart is going to explode. And
Mhm.
thankfully, with time and a lot of prayer and
Oh,
God's help, that subsides.
yes,
Hmm.
absolutely, absolutely, it has. But I was just counting it up, and it was about 6 months
Mm.
that.
Well, she likes to go to the cemetery, doesn't she? And I see, I could not go. I still, even today, have a hard time. You
Mhm.
Yeah.
know, like when I was home last summer, it was like, "Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "Mm, I can't do it." It's just,
Well,
see,
I
it's gonna.
I keep the flowers up, so
Yeah, you do. You keep
I enjoy
flowers up
it.
on our.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
tough.
It
Elaine,
really and it truly it really and truly is. I know after Greg passed away, I went quite frequently. Um, I would go like 3 or 4 times a week
mhm.
and just stand there and talk to
Yes,
Yeah.
him, which I know I mean, he couldn't hear me. So, but it made
Yes.
me feel better.
Yes.
And then of course, you always there's usually anger that comes at some point during all that process, because even though Greg was um he had cancer and he couldn't help. I mean, he didn't ask to die, he didn't ask to get cancer,
No.
but
No.
I
Right.
was angry because he did get cancer and die.
Sure.
And on some level, you're angry with God too for taking them. And
mhm.
I mean, that's a lot to work with. And I think a lot of times Christian women, and I don't know, I think sometimes we just don't want to speak the words, I was mad at God, or I was angry at God, or I
Right.
felt this rage toward God. We don't want to say that because we feel that it's wrong. but it's just part of the grieving process. And as long as you don't stay there for the next 20 years,
Right. Don't
you're
camp
going to
there.
be you're going to be okay. You're going to work your way through it, and joy will come. And I have found that most widows and widowers who do recover from the grief, the biggest component, is number one, that they have trusted God, that they have let God do the healing and help them. But the second biggest thing is that they've wanted to recover.
Mhm.
And there are some folks that just don't want to recover from it. They get addicted to the sympathy that people give them and the bless your hearts that people give them
Yes.
with a pat on the back. So there are some folks that really need that. And this, I'm not making any judgment calls here, because
No.
it's so easy to get addicted to that and get that, because it is soothing when people tell you that.
Right.
But at
Right.
some point we have to move, on to the next thing, because no one really, it's not healthy to dwell there. It isn't.
No, it
That's
isn't.
dwelling in the land of the valley of the shadow of death. And
Right.
for some time,
Yeah.
and you have to eventually move from the shadow of death into, the mountain. You got,
Absolutely.
because you got to walk back up that mountain again. And it's
Right.
Right.
hard. The steps are hard, but
Yes.
God will get you there.
That's right.
Yes.
You have to have faith. You have to have faith in God, faith in God's
Yeah.
word. And actually, it doesn't say I camp in the shadow.
I think Lynn is having troubles there. Are you
Yeah,
there,
but I
Elaine?
know where she's going with that, Ann. It doesn't say you're
I'm
going
gonna
to.
take her out for a minute.
Yes,
Yeah. I think she's
it
having some
doesn't say
issues
you're
there.
going to camp.
Right.
Right.
You're
It
just going
says when I
through.
walk through. So it's a
Right. You're
journey.
walking.
It's not a place that you build a house.
Right. No. And I'm gonna I'm gonna kick her out because I think she's really having some bad issues there. But she'll come back in, Lynn. If you're listening, you're the one that I think's had the sound issues too today. I think she's had some sound. So anyhow, if you are a lady and you're a widow lady or a gentleman, also check out Elaine's channel. She's just got some wonderful, wonderful material there. And for fun, the wigs, they're so much fun. And you do other things too. You do
I
makeup
do.
and
I
and
do.
all different kinds of stuff. Elaine is just she's a full package lady. I'm gonna bring she's a full package lady. I'm gonna try Lynn back in here real quick because I know you need to go today. Lynn, I think you're the
Yeah.
one that's been having the sound and the everything. Must be
Yeah.
your internet.
It is our internet. It just went out.
Oh, and I hear crackling now. I know. I'm so sorry. I think that's you, Lynn. The sound
Well,
because we had so. But anyhow, I think I know that Elaine's got to go. We've kept
right.
her over, and we just want to tell you, Elaine, you're in our prayers. We're going to have a prayer after a while here, and before we
Thank you.
go, and you're on our list. And with anybody else that wants to get on the list, put it down in the chat, and we'll get you on. And before we end our show, we're going to pray for these people, including me and Lynn too. Oh, that made it better. I don't know what you just did. Well, I think I'm gonna let her go again. Um, but Elaine, we do love you here so much. You're just a sister in the Lord. Isn't she just a neat person?
Thank you so much. It is. It's my pleasure to always be here with you guys. I love you guys. I just feel like I found two new sisters when
We feel
I
the
met you
same.
all.
Oh, we feel a kinship to you, that's for sure. I mean, we just do. We just love you. She has motivational Mondays. And oh, I tell you what, that has inspired me. There's been some Mondays
Thank
when
you.
I mean, I watch Elaine and I feel so much better afterwards. And so
Thank
you
you.
will too. So please check out Elaine's channel, Elaine Jackson. And
Thank
Elaine,
you.
we'll let you go, sweetie, because I know you got things to do this afternoon. And we love you. We're gonna send you out some granny kisses.
I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, and we will
Thank you all
see
for
you.
having me on here.
Oh, our pleasure. I mean, our pleasure. And we'll have you on again if you don't mind.
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll let you go. Bye-bye. We'll see you
Bye-bye.
soon. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. She's backstage again. So I want to see Lynn. And Lynn, let's see what we do now. You're back.
Elaine, let's say goodbye.
Yes, we said goodbye to Elaine. She'll be back.
Oh,
She'll be
absolutely.
back. She'll be back. But right now I just want to say I've got a little video that's got to be played. Hold on.
Hello, this is your memo. I just want to tell you, I want to ask you to do me a favor. That's right. I need some more questions sent to Dear Memo. That's right. DearMemo@gmail.com. Send me your questions. I might be able to answer them. I might not be able to answer them, but we'll have some fun together. That's right. Just remember, I'm no expert on nothing, so you can't really take me too seriously. But you can respect your elders and send me some of your questions. I don't care. Just send me your questions. Respect your elders. Send me some questions to dearmemo@gmail.com. Oh, P.S. I hear I'm something over at that TikTok. I hear I'm trending or something at TikTok. So hey, TikTokers, I think you can send me your questions. You've already sent me. A couple of you have sent me some questions. I do believe they came off of TikTok. They told me. Anyway, I will give you some memo kisses and tell you, send me your questions. Send me your questions. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah. Send that Dear Memo at
Yes, because we
gmail.com.
don't have a mama video this week. We just didn't have enough questions. What a
Oh,
shame.
wow. And I think she's supposed to come back with some purple hair. So if you want to see her, you need to get your questions over there.
Yes, you got to get them over there. Right. There's her email, dearmama@gmail.com. And also last week we were supposed to have Gail from Gail Southern Living, but she had they need her too, so they're on her prayer list. She wasn't able to make it. Her husband Taz was in the hospital. I do believe he's home now, and we hope he's doing better. And so we want to remember Taz today. And I'll be getting with Gail to see when she'll come back on.
Okay.
But here's what I've got, guys. We've got people that need prayer today, and I want to put Elaine on there. Definitely Taz, and he has a channel, Taz Adventures, and so we need to check that out. Gail at Southern Living, Gail and her family are snafu, still recovering from his surgery. Orange Kitty and Vlad, they've not had any water, and the road got I think washed out, but I think it's kind of fixed for now. But they have had some like natural disaster
Right.
problems. Oh my
They need
gosh.
that road is washed out, hasn't
Yeah.
washed out for 40 years, and it's washed out twice. So
Yeah.
they need whoever fixes it, the county or the state,
Just
to
yeah,
and they
do it.
really
do it.
do a good job for them.
Yeah, do it permanently. And then Shannon from Homeland in the Heartland, their family has been under the weather. Lori at Firefly Farms. So Lori, and then last week we had Jeff and we had Sylvia, and so we just want to continue to remember these people. And Bones, yes, Bones, we need our brother Bones to come back on.
Yes.
Let me get my book, Bones. Yes, we like going with our brother Bones.
We sure do.
Absolute, totally. Let's see. Bones, it's going to be September 1st. How's that? September 1st, Bones. Let me tell you. Well, let's have prayer for these people, and I'll also put you and me on there too.
Who?
Okay?
You. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you. Ann needs prayer, everyone.
Well, and Lynn and cameraman do too. And so does Dave, my husband. So, and if you need it out there, you just claim it right now for yourself. That in Jesus' name, that when we just bring these people before the Lord right now, Lord, we ask you to take care of each of these prayer requests for healing and for water for Vlad and Orange Kitty. And, there's unspoken needs. People don't like to say, they don't want to. And that's okay, because we don't want to embarrass anybody here. But if you have a unspoken prayer request, the Lord hears your heart. Just ask the Lord. And, he hears you. He hears your heart, and he wants to take care of you. Right, Lynn?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Yes, he does. He's a
Yeah.
good God.
Yes, he is. And so we just thank the Lord right now and ask him to take care of all these issues and needs right now in
Yes.
Jesus' name. And you know what? You may have something that is good news. If you
Right.
have good news, if
news.
you have good news out there, something that the Lord did for you,
Just,
let us know. Yeah.
Just like Elaine said, joy comes in the morning. Hey, we can't live in that
No.
the night when it's dark and everything looks so gloomy and no hope, because just think, in the morning joy comes, and it comes from the Lord. So
Right. And
we're-
our little saying that's
we're
not.
blessed. People are blessed if they know it or don't know it. They're still
Yeah.
blessed people.
Yes, they are. Yes. And when you're going through heck, we said when you're going through hell, keep
Don't
going.
stop. Yeah, don't stop.
Don't
Stop.
don't
Keep
stop.
walking. Walk that out.
That's right. And next week we have a lady that's going to be on with us for the first time. Let me show. I don't have a video, but I have her channel. Let's see how this does here. I'm gonna put us like that, and let's see if it comes up. Oh, it's gonna be like that. 11 Pagan 11. 11's gonna be with us next week, and she talks about all kinds of stuff. I hope you can hear me. I think you can. Can you hear
Yes,
me, Lynn?
yes.
Okay, I'm talking
Fine.
over. Okay, there's her channel. Everybody go over and check out 11p. I'm going to call her 11p. Go over and check out 11p, and she'll be with us next week. She talks about volcanoes and earthquakes and all kinds of interesting stuff that's going on. We have a lot going on in the world right now, the wildfires and all kinds of stuff going on. And she keeps up with that, and she's going to give us an update on
Right.
natural disasters. And that might be really of interest, especially because we know Orange Kitty and Vlad have been having some issues in that area,
Having
right?
rain. Yeah.
Rain, tons and tons of rain. So let me bring her one more time. There's her channel. So everybody go check it out. And she should be with us next week, 11p. 11p. Okay, so we'll get that out. There we go. There we go. There we go.
And are we about to close for the day, you think?
We are. I was just trying to see what else we had going on here. I want to check
Go
here.
right ahead. Hey, don't forget, check out Amazon, Elaine Jackson's book, Lord, Am I Going Crazy? It's a devotional book. I'm going to check out some of Amazon's wigs, see if I can find a little bit, larger. And I appreciate the different types of wigs, the differences. I didn't realize, here I'm thinking I want to get human hair, but hey, I have enough trouble with my hair. That's why I would get a wig.
it never dawned on me like that. Well, of course,
No, but it
that
is.
if you get a human hair one, you're going to have just as much trouble. That makes sense, doesn't it?
If that hair, tends to frizz in humidity, well,
Yeah.
duh, that doesn't save me any work at all.
It doesn't. It sure wouldn't. That was an insightful. We learned something new, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so next week we have 11p on August the 18th. Our very own Barefoot Lass will be here, and we love her. Oh my gosh. You have to go out and check her channel, Barefoot Lass.
Good morning, and I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, Latanga
Johnson.
I'm sorry.
Very happy to have you here this morning.
Oh,
good morning. Wonderful to see you here. And then on August the 25th, it's going to be a special show. It's going to be a ladies' roundtable.
Oh, say that again. I'm sorry. I checked out for a second. Would you say that again, please?
A ladies' roundtable.
What date?
August 25th. It's the last Wednesday of the month. and it's going to be with, I believe, Free Henley Maid, Nurse
Yes.
Orange Kitty. DeGurley's supposed to, if she can, and perhaps Gail from Gail Southern Living and Shannon from Homestead in the Heartland. They're going to check their
DeGurley
calendars.
and
Huh?
DeGurley.
I just said DeGurley.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And we have some more openings. It's just going to be a good old fun ladies roundtable. It should be quite exciting. And I don't know what we're going to talk about. But
Wow.
when women get together, we always have something to say. Oh, Bones, it's his 25th birthday? Plus what? Plus a few more years?
No.
August the 25th is Bones' birthday. Is that right? Or is
Yep.
that right,
25th
Bones?
is my birthday. And he said he met somebody yesterday. Guess who I met yesterday? We're trying to guess who he met yesterday. Who
I don't
could he have
know.
met? Depends on where he was at.
I don't know. Is it somebody we know?
Is it someone we know, Bones, that you met?
I got you down for September 1st, Bones. Rena Thomas. Wonderful. You met Rena. Wow. Did you get a video? Did you tape were you guys together taping? I hope you got a video. I hope you videoed yourselves. Major ladies roundtable. The keyword ladies.
Oh, they got a selfie.
Oh, just a sec. Okay. All right. Cool. Did you post it on your channel? Did you post it on your community tab or anything? You should do that. That's cool. Wonderful. Well, let's see, y'all. I think we've gotten through everything today. If you didn't catch our show on Sunday, was Sisters Day, National Sisters Day, right, Lynn?
Yes. Sorry.
We got to get you that.
Things.
Yeah, we got to get you that wig. Let's see.
Oh, Helen said that Renee or Rena. Yeah, Rena.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Rena.
Prayer for her mom. She was taken
Mhm.
to the hospital yesterday.
Oh, we'll put her on our list. Our list.
So, Rena's
Absolutely.
mom. And we just pray that everything is going to be all right in the name of Jesus for her.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I got her on there too. All right. So y'all keep these people on in your prayers, okay? Yeah. And we love you here at the Ann Lynn Show.
We do.
And we will be back next week with 11 Pagan 11, talking about all the stuff going on, natural disasters, I guess. All the movings and shaking that's happening in the world today with our environment.
Shaking and quaking going on.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Alaska's been quaking, but fortunately, it's been by not a lot of people live in the area.
Well, and then Italy, I think, didn't we hear that there were 3? Was it volcanoes erupting in
not
Italy?
Real sure about Italy. I'm so sorry. I had
no,
heard,
it was either. Well, they were either volcanoes or I think they were volcanoes.
Yeah.
So we'll have to ask 11P about that.
Right.
But I think it was. I think that's what it was. But anyhow, we love you here at the Ann Lynn Show. All right, you ready to clink out?
Okay.
I drank all my coffee, but I've had plenty today. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Clink. All right. Clink, clink.
Clink.
And we shall see you next week. Keep watching.
Right
he's
here.
Keep watching. Yeah, God's promises for you every day.
Oh, let me just say, let me just try this.
Okay.
Major, send some more questions in to dearmema@gmail.
Yeah, if you want to see Mama's purple hair, if you want
to see her purple hair, she needs some. I think she's got a few questions right now, but she needs a few more.
Yeah.
So that she can keep making videos. But right now, I had to tell her. Now, Mema, I have 2 questions right now. So we need, she
Need
needs
some
to
more.
make one, right?
Yeah. Need some more questions for Mama.
Okay. Anyway, we love you, and we
We love you. See you next time.
Thank you, moderators.
Oh,
Barefoot
yes.
Lass, thank you.
Thank you so
Helen,
much,
thank
Helen
you.
and Barefoot
Everyone.
Lass.
Yes.
And thank you, each and every one of you, for being here today. See you next week, right here. Right, Lynn?
Right.
On the Ann Lynn Show.